So, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I loved what you were just sharing, Madeline. Perhaps just as we begin the call today, it sounds like you've got a wonderful product testimonial that you've got to share. So perhaps if we could take just a couple of minutes to do, have a couple of testimonies. One first from you, Madeline, just sharing your incredible recovery journey, which you're having kind of post-operation here. And then after Madeline, if you just take a couple of minutes sharing that, then perhaps Louise, I can see you're on the call here from the UK. If you could perhaps just unmute your line. Louise has just come back from a wonderful trip to the Caribbean, paid for by Nikken, as one of our UK qualifiers for that incentive. So perhaps you could share a little bit of your experience, Louise, after Madeline has shared hers. Is that okay? I'm putting you both on the spot here, but I hope you don't mind. So Madeline, perhaps over to you, just to give people a quick update as to how you're doing and how the products have been helping you.
I'll call you right back. Okay, I'm sorry, I apologize. I think this, I'm pretty sure her brother-in-law just died, so I'll call her back as soon as I'm done with this. Mm-hmm. I had a left partial knee replacement a week ago yesterday, and because I had a left total hip replacement a few years ago, I really had issues with the IT band on the left side. And I've had a vein ligation in that leg, so quite a bit of swelling. So I have used everything. I've been in the whole wellness home forever, used my power chips, the duct tape, everything, and just could not get comfortable. So yesterday at about 5 o'clock, my massage therapist came over and did about a 90-minute long and the entire leg myofascial massage release. And as she walked out the door, my grounding pad was there. So I came in, plugged it in, and went to bed. And this morning, my weight this morning from I'm doing daily weights and measurements of the leg is 4 pounds less. And then I went to physical therapy. I slept better. I was up and down. Obviously, I had to get up to take my weight off to the bathroom every couple hours. But he could not believe my strength. The angle of the bend of the knee was 101 degrees, which usually doesn't happen to the end of the second week, and certainly not on a 71-year-old. He said, well, you're not 71, are you? I said, well, I think I am. And so anyway, the weight, everything was better, but most of all, I'm better. I mean, I didn't need to have those measurements, I could just tell the difference. So, I've used everything. I was only in the hospital from morning until about 11 that night, but I took the pie water with me. I took my blanket with me. I started using the products immediately. And it's my third joint replacement in almost 5 years. So pretty profound. And just want to give that update. And I feel much better today. Yesterday, I wasn't a very happy person, but today I'm feeling much better. So thank you.
Wonderful. Well, we're absolutely thrilled that you're having a fast recovery, Madeline. That's music to our ears, and just so grateful to hear how the products are helping you, and wonderful to hear the feedback from the medical professionals needing to question your age as a result of the speed of recovery. I think that's just wonderful.
And when, of course, I had to take off the knee wrap and the power chips and the flex pad. Now you would have to give me the double-blind studies. I said, I'll be your double-blind study as I'm discharged earlier.
Yeah, wonderful.
Well, then you can, when you're discharged as a patient, then I'll look at them and not before. I said, well, that's fine. That's your choice.
Yeah. Well, it's great. It's what I love about this. I had a call the other day with a brand new person just getting started, and we're just talking about how there is just a plethora of examples like this in Nikken, where people have had experience after experience after experience with the products, where they're having very visible, very real, life-changing experiences, where their health is improving, their recovery is improving, their muscle strength is improving, all of those types of things. Their energy levels are going up. All of that is just wonderful, wonderful. And I think we just need to get more of this word out, don't we? In sharing the great good that our products are doing. One of my favorite products, of course, in the Nikken business is the business itself. The income opportunity, the lifestyle opportunity that is afforded us as a result of not just using the products or sharing them, but building a team and making a difference in people's lives as a result of getting the word out and having an impact on people across the board with the income too. And Louise Coe is a platinum executive, platinum distributor from Nikken in the UK. And she has literally just come back a couple of days ago from the Caribbean, all expenses paid by Nikken, out there, not just by herself, of course, with the Nikken team and family, having a wonderful time. I've been getting the pictures on a very special WhatsApp group that have been making me incredibly and wonderfully jealous, which I wanted them to do. And so, Louise, perhaps you could just unmute your line and take a couple of minutes in sharing, first of all, the requirements for you to qualify, what you did to get there, and then just give us a few highlights, if you wouldn't mind, from your trip.
Yes. No, we've just had such an amazing time, really special. And for me, it's working like a reverse incentive, because to win it, we worked together to go platinum. So I went with Nikki and John Edgell. And but I realize it's working now. I've been on the trip. It sort of really inspired me to aim for the trip again. And so this time I'd need to do, I think, 3 goals to win Pinnacle.
Okay.
So that's a great goal for next year, but it's kind of what we want to be doing anyway. But it was just so amazing to have a whole week as somewhere I'd never thought to go to, and also I'd never thought to go on a cruise. So the whole thing was just so different. And then we were traveling with 2 people from France. We had Marie, who's Royal Diamond, and Ulia, who's platinum. I think she won platinum.
Yeah.
And so it was fabulous to meet colleagues, really, who are successful in Nikken, because you get a really great sharing of ideas. So on the plane back, Nikki and me and John were sitting in the same row, and we were talking so much that this other person actually told us to shut up, which I thought was really rude, but we were just keeping them awake. So I've seen dolphins, which is something I've always wanted to do. And Orsa from the company was with us, and so generous. You know, we'd land on an island and she'd jump us in a taxi to go to see some special, beautiful beach. Or we went to a beautiful botanical garden that was all these amazing tropical plants, and a volcanic river with grey water, because it was coming out of the volcano. And it was just incredible, really. Yeah. And such a huge extra. And also Marie, and they present the lifestyle when they talk about Nikken. It's really interesting to hear how they bring it as an offering. They talk a lot about the lifestyle. So I think that's
something we definitely need to do much more of, isn't it?
Yes, I think everyone needs to really aim to win.
Yeah.
And then you win your business anyway, but then you get this amazing whole experience, which for me is a lot more fun than sitting in a conference room. You know,
totally.
You're out playing, really.
Yeah, and that's the way we can do business nowadays, isn't it? It's what a great thing to be doing. And one of the things that I like.
Sorry, Ben, no, I have to say at the end. Sorry, I must say what happened, because we're all working with the law of attraction, and Mike Demucci had come to Ulia and Marie's event with you in France and our event in Brighton, and then we're in Barbados, about to fly out of Barbados, and we'd been talking about Mike because he used to live in Barbados, and we were saying, I wonder if we're on Mike's favorite beach and various things. And who do we bump into in Barbados? Mike Demucci. Can you believe? We were just like, oh my goodness, because he didn't know we were there, and he was there by chance on holiday. And wow, that was really special way to feeling like law of attraction working.
Yeah.
We were saying, you know, your people you're looking for in Nikken, they can just come once you're thinking, there they are.
Yeah. Yeah. That law of attraction really works, doesn't it? And it was fantastic because, of course, everyone on that trip, Mike, as you said, Mike had literally been with just a few weeks before, both in France and in Brighton. So incredible, inspired as a team, and then bumping into each other by chance, there in Barbados. What I love about this as well is we had a team meeting while you were away, and what I liked about this was Louise and Nikki and John and Julia and Marie Levine and Jean-Marie Gilbert, of course, who was in the group, they all worked hard doing the things that are required of us to build our business if we want to have a great business. Yeah, they did what was required, and in addition to receiving the commissions that come as a result of that, they won an added bonus. They won the trip, the cruise around the Caribbean. And not only that, some could say, oh, taking a week out this time of year is kind of a busy time to do it. Is that good? Is it bad? The great thing is, while they were out sunbathing on the beaches, enjoying tropical food, having the time of their lives, networking together, learning from each other, being uplifted and inspired together and invigorated and enjoying that wonderful rest, the team carried on working. We had calls back here in the UK where the team got together, kept on working. I shared some pictures on their behalf because that's all part of what happens as a team, isn't it? Ideally, everyone goes, but we know that that doesn't always work in the real world. But those that stayed behind continued to work, continued to get together. We had ABCs, we had 3 ways, we had getting started calls, we had team calls. All of these things were happening while they were out there in Barbados having a great time. That to me is one of the great benefits of the Nikken opportunity, that you can work and you can rest and you can get paid while you're doing both. And that's and of course you can go somewhere luxurious to rest and have it paid for by someone else. Even better, even better.
Can I make one other quick point, which made it so special, was the crew on the ship. They were just unbelievable. They were really happy, smiling, and they were so good to us. And we felt that we need to serve in Nikken to that level.
I like that.
A real example of how you really look after people. Yeah. So that was all week like that, and then we land back in England, or even the air hostess, and they're sort of not doing that. It's a shock. So it's really good to experience what that means to care for people.
Yeah, excellent. I like that. I like that. Now, Michelle Kowalczuk's got a great experience as well. I'd like her to just unmute her line too, if that's all right. This is going to be a call today of kind of testimonials and experiences, which I think is great. So, we want to be able to share these experiences as often as possible. This is being recorded, so please be sure to pass this to your teams as well. But Michelle, do you want to unmute your line and share with us your experience?
Thank you, Ben. We've all heard Gary Lindner talk about the compounding effect of the choices that we make on a regular daily basis. Well, in 2012, I was diagnosed with a bubble on one of my arteries in the brain. And while I cannot make a medical claim, I truly believe that those small choices that I have made through Nikken and the people that are involved with Nikken have made a really profound difference in my health and well-being. A neurologist and a neurosurgeon both confirmed that they felt this bubble was a birth defect, and I'd had it from birth. It was discovered, like I said, in 2012. I went to have an MRI a few weeks ago, and this bubble has completely vanished.
Wow. Wow.
That's profound.
Yeah. Now tell me, what's the impact of that in regards to, I guess, peace of mind for you, Michelle? What does that do? I mean, have a bubble on the brain, just that those few words are intimidating. How does that feel, seeing it gone?
You know what? When I was given the news, I couldn't believe it. Yeah. I said, "What did you say?" And the receptionist told me again, and I said, "Are you saying that this?" And she used the medical term, is gone, and she said, "Yes, it's completely gone."
Yeah. I
was so excited. I can't even explain what the feeling is like. Yeah. Relief, excitement, a new lease on life.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Now, what were some of the potential risks of having that that bubble on the brain?
if it would burst and bleed out, that would be, yeah. I mean, I could die instantly. There was no, yeah.
So this is huge.
Wow. This is beyond huge. This is even, sometimes I still have to shake my head and think, wow, you know, it's gone.
Yeah. Now I know that you very appropriately, parenthetically, at the beginning of your experience, kind of share, you know, we don't, you know, say that our products treat, prevent, or cure disease and that type of thing. So you were very appropriate in how you worded that. What are some things you think that Nikken's technologies did that helped in this process?
Well, I reached out to a number of people, medical professionals within Nikken, asking, okay, when you have both here, you got medical and you've got Nikken, what would you do? And I got a lot of great advice, followed the advice that fit me, of course. Also, the energy healers that are attracted to Nikken have played a big part in that as well. Positive attitude, gratitude, really being as positive as possible, and envisioning that to be gone. I think when you put it all together, it's amazing. I truly believe, though, that without Nikken, I probably wouldn't have had access to all of these other avenues that that is so available to us on a daily basis. And I truly believe, and it was the products, definitely the products that made a huge difference. And
it sounds like quite a holistic impact here on the basis of you've had the continued use of the Nikken products that you feel really, really confident that have had a positive impact on your own physical well-being. But at the same time, the association with really positive people that are achievers, high achievers, great thinkers, real examples of success. And you know, using the example from Louise just a moment ago, this principle of aligning with success, this law of attraction, where you put your mind into that right frame of mind, you apply yourself to the right activities, and then things just start to come together and work, don't they? And it seems that positive perspective and attitude that was, you know, soaking you in gratitude and thanks and appreciation, and having that positive outlook, that strong visualization, all of that combined with the use of the right technologies, getting the right help as well from the medical professionals, and then seeing that outcome there is miraculous.
Well, I said, who do you know of when I was given the news? Who do you know of at my age? I'm 62, that can reverse something like this. And I was told nobody. Yeah,
that's incredible.
Ben, I'd like to comment. You know, we have that one slide of the wellness home has a beginning and no end. You know, especially in the United States, people want things fixed after it's broken. And then as soon as they feel better, they stop using it until they're sick again. So the idea of Michelle and I, and mostly everybody on here, have always lived in the wellness home, always drink the water, always take all the nutrition. We're probably the best customers. That is a component of what we also need to keep sharing, that repeat customer. And as I look over my 20 years, those that have the wellness home, you know, whether they're active in the business or not, that are on auto ship, that have all the components, are the healthiest, because you're continuously, old cells are dying, new ones are growing. And so it's that optimal health 20 years later to be able to sustain. We're all going to die, but why not be healthier and more independent and have a better quality of life? So that's something that we all, that repeat customer, and really teaching the prevention, the self-care, that trajectory and slide, and the wellness home of continuously keeping the auto ship coming in. It's not just a selfish profit. It's the profit of our health, the self-care health that we have, because as you've given with all the statistics, and we know the largest percentage are going to be customers.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of being a consistent customer.
Exactly. Yeah.
To keep that body in its optimum shape of, especially the
Yeah.
hydration, the nutrition, and the sleep. Then the spot areas you can use when you have a spot issue.
Yeah. I often say that we like to put a fence at the top of the cliff versus an ambulance at the bottom. Yeah, and that's really our strategy, isn't it? Is we like to keep people in a safe environment, which is why we always focus on the home. The wellness home is the safest environment that we can have all the right fences in place to give people the optimum opportunity for health and well-being holistically. And again, this all comes back to those 5 pillars that we need to be managing and balancing on a consistent basis. I don't believe that we get balance in the 5 pillars of health once and then it stays that way for the rest of time. It seems to me to be a constant juggling or balancing act, doesn't it? Where one thing will get ahead of the other, or another thing will fall back because of a life experience or an unexpected turn of events, and all of a sudden we're having to balance. But if we keep our focus, our mind, on the need to maintain or to pursue that balance with a healthy mind, body, family, society, and finances, then yes, we can start to get the optimum experience. And we've had 3 examples here, and all of them wonderfully complementary in the way that we can get that balance by having a Nikken business and by using the Nikken products. I like what you just said then, Madeline, about the need for all of us to be reminded that we aren't pursuing getting a customer that will use the product once, but they will use it on a repeat basis, because that's where they get the optimum value. And you're right. Yeah, I think all the distributors, the active engaged consultants, are typically the best customers. They're the ones that are using them month after month after month and getting the best value. What we need to do is be reminded through these experiences that we've heard today of the great good that is at our fingertips with Nikken, and look at the ways that we can reach out and do a better job going into 2019 of making a difference in the world. This is a time of year, as we look at this December month, this Christmas season, where we all want to go about doing good, and we want to, and that's what the Christmas spirit is all about, is that feeling of doing good to others selflessly, and being a recipient of that. It lifts our spirits and it lightens our souls, and Nikken really is at the heart of that great opportunity there to do good. So let's look at ways that we can do good over the next few weeks, over this Christmas season. Reach out and to share and lift and encourage and support and nurture others. And going into 2019, of course, do it with gusto, and do it in the way that Louise talked about earlier, where we can channel it into business goals that will give us deeper, richer experiences as a result. There is so much that Nikken puts on the table that we can all benefit from and have a richer, more vibrant, more abundant experience as a result of doing good together. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being on the call today. Thank you to Louise, to Madeline, to Michelle for your wonderful experiences. They're edifying, they're uplifting, and they're certainly encouraging. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Thank you, Ben.